I really like the music to this place. It kept me from throwing controllers a lot, actually. And you'll see why in a second. We can't go through this door and its, rotating magical ring. We can't go forward anymore, but here, where it just kind of pops to existence, is a box-cluttered room.
What was that supposed to mean?
I think he actually saw the service message pop up, and well, as you can see, it means exactly what you think it means.
What now?
I guess we'll have to play by the rules.
Yeah. This temple is a series of puzzles, I suppose? Prohibitions, I guess would be a better word for it. Every room in here prohibits one or two actions, and if you take them, you wind up getting sent back to the beginning of the room and the puzzle gets reset. This one, as you can tell by Leaping Rabbit, means that we aren't allowed to jump. I mean, this isn't hard or anything, and jumping would obviously trivialize it, but we, play by the rules. This is Facade, after all. Their entire city is founded on rules. So this is a real simple box-pushing puzzle, basically. You just have to make sure that you have boxes in between you and the magic orb at all times, and that's about it. I also Darkland straight into the other boxes, so that didn't help. The big glowing pink ones at the end of each room you have to destroy.
What a bother.
I wonder what this missing prince is like.
The man is tasked to protect his people, and yet they toil to save him. I think that tells us everything we need to know. Just a foolhardy band of rescuers, don't mind us.
Someone's here?
That's the most appropriate response to an RPG party I've ever heard.
Late! Stone!
Where did you come from, boy?
Gutato! A Santu Daishu Column Diargo!
Huh? But you're just a kid.
Tsutsuki! Tato! Sketch Lazy! Go?
Huh?
Well, that was unusual.
Come on, let's go save him.
By all means, let us go save the rude little ankle biter.
So this one's pretty self-explanatory too. You just can't sit around. As long as you're taking some kind of action, except I think any time that a spell would force you to be stationary, you'll be fine. As you can see, or as you can't see because I just kept going, as you could see in the last room, after you finish a room, all of the prohibitions are lifted, and you can go ahead and do whatever you like in there. Meanwhile, 2D side-scrolling platformer.
God damn it! This shit's starting to piss me off!
Kaine!
What in the... Are you fucking kidding me? Let me go! Let me... Ugh, I am gonna kill you when I get out!
I assume we'll have to find her as well.
Yep.
Their resignation makes this, well, a tolerable room anyway. This was a point in the game where I almost rage quit, I admit it. What you have to do, well, what you have to do is get to the other side of the room without running, and without just magicking your way up to that block. There are a couple of ways to do this. There's the stupid way where you try and literally just walk across the room, which takes ages and will result in you almost getting killed. There is this way that I'm showing off, which is to just equip defend and press forward. While you're defending, you can't run, but Nier can still move, and all of these magic balls will just bounce off your sword. This is a surefire way to get across. You absolutely cannot fail as long as you're just holding down the defend button and doing this. This is also extremely annoying. What I did instead was dodge roll. We're done. That's it. Also, when I was going through and editing this, doing some of the frame-by-frame looking, I realized that I literally dodge rolled between a whole bunch of those magic balls, so that was basically one of the luckiest damn things I've done in a while. It's pretty neat. And now that we no longer need to defend, go right back to our all-out offensive approach. Which is good, because in this room, we can't defend. Now, the idea behind this, is that you're supposed to use these 5 blocks to basically create a phalanx around yourself and get across the room by shoving these forward until you're close enough to be able to jump off of them and jump back behind the barrier that's preventing you from getting to your shiny pink block. That's what the game wants you to do, and it works. It's not hard. It's easy to figure out. Just have to, make sure you don't get hit by the little magic balls. This is also boring. Takes a few minutes. And, really? We can just do this. And we're done. It's the letter of the law, but not the spirit. I then proceed to run around in a circle because there are some drops in here and I wanted to see if I could find them. I could not. I was sad. As you can see, this whole thing would be trivial if you could use magic. It's already pretty trivial. Oh, I got hit though. If you could aim better, it would also be pretty trivial. It's already easy enough, I just mistimed my jump. If you just stand on the block, I'm pretty sure the magic orbs around it make it explode. You don't even need to bother, it's great. Again, check for items. No good. Move along. But first, have a look at this mural. It's got flowers and butterflies. The sun. It's nice. I don't know what it has to do with the desert, though.
This madcap barrage of rules shows no signs of slowing.
Stop talking, Vice, and we're gonna mess this up again.
The masked people certainly do enjoy their rules.
What a pain. Whoever came up with this system must be soft in the head.
Yeah, so here you can't use physical attacks. That's fine, most of the boxes are up too high for you to be able to do that anyway. And as I was kinda sort of trying to say earlier, if you just Dark Blast them a couple of times, they'll actually go down. That was stupid. But yeah, I don't think they're actually destroyed based on damage, so much as they are just based on hits taken. You have to charge up 2 Dark Lances to kill them, but it'll only take 3 shots of Dark Blast, and the 2 definitely aren't equivalent damage. It'll also only take 3 shots from your weapon, or just 1 Skullcracker triangle attack, but I don't know. Point is, they blow up really easy. There's also a ton of these around. I haven't bothered to count, but there's a lot. Yes, iron ore, exactly what I wanted. And this is where I learned that you can't aim downward when you Dark Blast. Not usually an issue, but a bit annoying in this context. So we just explode with a lance. And right along we go to another one of these external kind of platformy things. We're actually most of the way through this dungeon. I believe there are only 7 trials that we have to do, and if I'm counting wrong... Oops. There aren't too many, though. There's only 1 left. This was actually meant to be a much larger place. I'm not sure if it was the Baron Temple specifically, or just the facade area in general. But there were some maps made with a much more elaborate side-scrolling platformer section. There are different bridges, areas to go. We'll actually be seeing those in a long while. And this is my least favorite room. Which is kind of surprising, given how many times it took me to get through the Running Wolf one. And the reason that it took me so long to get through Running Wolf, since I didn't have a chance to explain this, is because I did not know that defending would break the magic ball things. I turned off defending at my earliest opportunity, which is how I always play the game. Even now, as you can see, and just never bothered to realize that it had that effect. It's much simpler once you do, but... oh well. This room, of course, outlaws dodge rolling, which is frustrating for me because I have a tendency to keep one finger on the R2 button at all times, and it's basically a reflex action. So if I don't put something else on that button, I wind up accidentally dodge rolling and just destroying this entire room. Here's a boss shade, by the way, I guess you noticed. It's a big guy, but he goes down easy. And will always drop you one of the various machines. And I immediately go back to evading, because that is what I know. As you can see, there's a lot of other architecture down there, but we can't access it without, you know, dying. Still, it's neat little details. You can also see those platforming rooms. As with many things, I do like the design of this place. Too bad it's so brown, but at least I understand why. It's made from everything in the desert, so of course it's going to be sand-colored. And of course there's a mailbox in here in case a member of the royal family wants to send a letter while they're stuck down here. I don't know who picks it up and delivers it, but I guess there's somebody. Maybe there's a royal postman? By which I mean a postman that is royal, not a postman that works for royalty. And this looks like a lead into a boss room.
Where are we? It's an odd place, to be sure. I suppose that was to be expected.
Look!
That mewling child is inside. Without any rules to bind us, we are free to unleash the entirety of our powers.
Less thinking, more killing. I like it.
I love you, Nier. You don't
What
stop
is
and
this?
think. So yeah, as you can see, Vice is saying exactly what's going on. You can see the prince's little NPC marker inside of the big floating
I detect magic within the glowing box.
boxes. Well, as you've already learned from the rest of the dungeon, hitting the glowy pink boxes is going to be your goal here. The easiest way to do this, obviously, is with Dark Lance. Blast usually doesn't give you enough time and firepower to actually hit them on time, but one Dark Lance will destroy any box, so it's best to just use that, aim, fire. Your goal is obviously the pink box, but you're going to inevitably destroy the other boxes too, just because of Dark Lance's piercing properties. And what do? You can see that they spew out those dark magic balls. From what I understand, since I don't use the defend button, you can defend against the normal red ones, but not the black ones. You can still cut through them though, so that's all I need to know. You can see on this particular ring that the pink box is turning blue as well, which means you can't hit it anymore. The previous rings also had their own patterns, but kind of blew up before I could say anything. Anything useful, anyway. The first one, they're all pink. The second one is pink, and I think it stays pink. This last one, they shift, and I was trying at this one, because I know I'm never going to try it again, to show off what Dark Gluttony does, and I realized why I never show off what Dark Gluttony does. What you're supposed to do is stand by, and, I'm glad I paused there so that I could explain this. What you're supposed to do is stand by, and hold down the magic button that you've assigned it to, and Dark Gluttony will basically allow you to absorb any incoming magic attacks. You can do this for as long as you have MP to spend on it, and once that's exhausted or you let go of the button, Dark Gluttony automatically retaliates with a large magical blast. Unfortunately, because I don't use it, and because quite frankly I think it's useless, I had no idea what the timing on releasing that button or just firing off blasts was. If I had, I'm sure that wouldn't have made much of a difference in the long run.
Oh, my.
Anyway, boxes are gone, so we should be okay. Oh wait, he's got 2/3 of his HP left.
The guardian of this temple is a curious sight indeed.
Says the talking book.
Anyway, this big thing, all of its forms, as a matter of fact, is called Shariar, which I believe is derived from... Oh, I wish I could be more precise. From a character in Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. That's all I got, really. I assumed this character was not made of giant glowing boxes, but I haven't read the story myself. I could be wrong.
This is a powerful foe.
How'd you bastards get here?
Kaine?
Stay there! I'll take care of this loser!
I figured you'd come back.
Don't get all weepy, okay? It's not like I was searching for you.
So you were simply lost.
Fuck off, book.
Kaine, the glowing cube takes priority.
Screw your priorities! I'm gonna kill this thing my way!
Oh, can't fault the lady for trying. So at this point, obviously, you just need to break the final cubes. You can usually do it with one skull basher to each of the hands, but I misaimed that one. Which I guess is okay, because it at least shows off his attack. Again, kind of a... yeah. Anyway, you just need to break all the cubes, and he transitions now into his third and final form, which is, again, squares and cubes.
This should prove interesting.
I'm pretty sure I tried to attack it there before it was actually vulnerable. Also, it has lasers now. Ancient Egyptian lasers. So the goal here is just to destroy the corners. Kaine, sadly, has become remarkably useless at this stage, since she can't deliver finishing blows. And completely misaimed that magic attack. She can destroy some of the cubes, but because of the retaliation thing, that's not particularly helpful. But that's okay, she was a big use to the rest of the dungeon, and I think we should give her all a hand. Shariar's lasers hurt like a son of a bitch, but they are very easy to dodge. As you can see, they are broadly projected before being unleashed. And, well, they sweep around, but they sweep around in a very predictable pattern. And by and large, you're not going to take too much damage from them. They do look pretty neat, though, and I guess that's what counts. Pale.
カイラン、ユリ、ズサラとオたち、カイザムセとベルア、
カイザムテサラとユウト、シヤトトンサトチ、ウツグコスキサオサラ、エオシエテキッタ、ペルア、カイザンアサキ、カエサラトアヤーリアトルールー、タタユリタサチヨーリョ、
カイラン、
押してキルタチ、エクグギリスアーガイ、ウカヤーリ、カイザムアーチエテスレタダ、それでカイザムチタレル、
シロンデク、カイラン、カイザムヨーリ、
ココウラホトサラタインタゾスローであった、ペルアとカイザンセテ鉄砂漠、ゴレトリオーリ、
I appreciate the offer, but I'll have to pass. My wish, well, it kind of has to take care of itself.
コーサアンダラレルソデーより、
I think he just gave us an order.
A new wish. Fine. I want you to make Rule 0. And it's gonna say that if people don't like a rule, they can vote to change it.
A splendid idea.
ヨーリサロー
エルパチスチタ、
ペルアトルトシオンジワクレタイ、ペルアトタトだ、アンダーサンキトチチチテトヨエオカイザムサラトアシエテキッタ、コスキウカアエテスレタダ、
Sweet murder!
Thanks, but I think you're forgetting someone.
ケワタタ、
Hey,
Oh, it's okay.
sure. Why not?
Just try not to get yourself kidnapped again, hmm?
Oh, that's cute. Anyway, we're out of here now.
I'm worried about Yona. Let's go back.
My sentiments exactly, thank you. We've done all we can until we get back to the village. So that was fun. Exciting. I hope you all noticed the king now, is wearing his mask on top of his head, which I'm pretty sure isn't how you're supposed to do it. I don't know.
カイザムやりだって置いてきた。
Now here's something that I forgot to do. If you run around Facade before you finish this quest, people will be muttering things about the prince, kinda unkind things, suggesting that he ran away from his duty and he's a coward, which, as we now see, is not true. see as untrue, but it's an interesting bit of public scrutiny, anyway.
I fear for the future of Facade. No matter how good his intentions, with a king so young,
The people will make up for whatever the king lacks.
I imagine we'll come back to a whole new slew of rules.
Probably. But rules seem to work for them, so who are we to say otherwise?
Oh, come now.
There are as many ways to view the world as there are people in it.
Perhaps you have learned something on this journey after all.
Maybe. What do you think, Kaine?
Don't care.
Oh, I think that sums it up. I would say this makes a lot more sense with Nier as only a 16-year-old boy who's not wearing properly cut pants. But I guess it kind of makes sense too, given that Vice is a magical talking book from time immemorial, and therefore would view any human, really, as a child. In fact, I'm pretty sure he says that at some point. So yeah, the 39-year-old man learning something on this journey is a big step. Also, I think that was a jab at his intelligence. Could just be me. Leave the goats alone for once in my life. And we're basically back to the village. There's not a whole lot to talk about until our next big adventure. Hey, the ocean is pretty big. Until our next big venture, but we can also look at the Rebirth, which is also a weapon from Drakengard. I don't recall what the weapon is called, but I do know that its individual story was that it was said to be so sharp that merely cutting somebody with it would kill them instantly. Drakengard.